welcome back to Sentient Synchronicities. Tonight we're gonna have an open mic if it works out that way. If not, it might just be me freestyling and dropping some thoughts. But we're gonna be having a live open mic on futurism and the Venus Project. So that's a very fascinating subject. Now I just tried to pull one off a couple of minutes ago and it's been glitching like crazy. So I feel like there's gotta be something going on because, yo, what up, Paper Cut? Peace, brethren. Yo, respect. Yesterday, sorry, man. I had to pull you out of there because you weren't muting the mic and it was distracting Justar. But yo, it's a pleasure. Come on up if you want to talk about this shit, man. It's a pleasure to actually have more people in the room, you know, because it is what it is. You're always the first person is always tough, but you know, this is some crazy shit. And think about it. Most people don't think about the future. Most people are in some YOLO mode. They're thinking about the past. They're living with one eye on the rearview mirror, one eye on the present. They can barely cover the bills and make everything struggle. We're struggling to keep things together. But at the end of the day, we should be living for the future. We should be living for the youth, which is the future, for the house of tomorrows, for, like, you know, the better people, essentially, that, you know, children and the next youth, the next generations, but we got to do that for them. Yo, I hope you get into this thing. Let's see. Okay, I got you accepted. Okay, sounds good. Beautiful.
I feel what you're saying, bro.
Yo, straight up, you know, because it's some crazy shit that we live in a world where we literally can't even think about our own future because we're too busy trying to struggle in the present, which is an illusion that barely even exists. So, you know, we're constantly stuck in the past. We're constantly stuck looping around in historical past that they're forcing upon us. And then we end up trying to live in the present to cover our bills and to make everything work. And we don't have time to think about the future, which is exactly what this society wants. You know, the government doesn't want us thinking about mapping out our futures and being free. They want us to barely be able to be free by the time we retire, if we get lucky enough to get a house that's partially paid off, maybe just enough money to survive until we grow old and end up in a house somewhere, you know? So to me, this is why futurism, to me, we should live the future right now. We should accelerate the present, which is the illusion, into the future and live that. Because even when I'm speaking, you know what I mean? Like the shit that I'm saying right now coming out of my mouth is already in the past or the present, but the present is barely even existing. It's not there. As soon as I said it's too late. It's in the past already. And what I'm about to say is in the future. So the present is in between that. It doesn't really exist, you know?
Yeah, you right.
So I think it's very interesting that Buddhists say we should live in the present, but there is no present to live in. Especially when we're living in mass extinction, all these genocides and wars and all this shit going on, bombs dropping and everything. I'm like, what's the present? The present doesn't even exist, and it's a horrible present. Well, I don't blame people for going into bubbles, wanting to live in a Hollywood illusion, or listening to music, or listening to good vibes, because we don't want to live in the present we've been given. You know, we want a different present. We want a future that we can believe in.
And you are 100% right.
Like, yo, what up, Sheila? Yo, be an honor to actually have you up here if you want to come host this. I was about to host this for a while, so if you want to drop a piece, that'd be beautiful. Paper cut, same thing. But I would love to have you up here if you want to hop up. Yesterday we ended up getting 100 people, but it's always a hit and miss. You never know, you know? You never know what's going on. So we were talking about the idea that most people don't even get the chance to live their future because we're stuck trying to cover the present and we barely even are able to catch up with the past. So the funny thing is all of these coexist, technically speaking, because right now the past, the present, and the future are coexisting in this speech, in this video, and this is a mapping out of the past, which is also a mapping out of the future, because we know it's going to be done eventually. It's going to be longer than what it is right now. So we're mapping it out into the future, but we don't know what it is yet. So very interesting to see how non-linear time exists, but we're taught that time works on a watch and goes tick, 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 and goes all around and can't coexist. We're taught that the past is one thing, the present's another, the future is the next. But we're never even explained how in a basic logic, in a simple sentence, past, present, and future coexist. And the Venus Project was very interesting. I don't know, most of you might have heard of the concept before, I'm sure. the concept of Venus, obviously, but the Venus Project is the idea of the amalgamation of technology and nature so we could live in harmony with Tesla level frequencies, Tesla level technology, electronics adjusted to our chakric resonance in our body, so we could literally end up living sustainably and be our true selves without having problems with like cancer or, eye problems or, all kinds of diseases, degenerative diseases, brain tumors, and who else knows, from technology that's not adjusted to our frequencies because it's actually created by neo-Nazis to disrupt the human chakras and to disrupt human organ functions. So we're not given technology that's conducive to actually helping us make a better future. And it's made at the expense of slaves and children and people all across the diaspora. And meanwhile, we're here trying to struggle to get an iPhone 15 sometimes to keep up with the Joneses. But like, I'm on an iPhone 5 right now and I don't care. It's fine. It's not a problem.
That's how
I'm
I
cool.
feel. It's like I had an 8 for many years, and then my and then all of a sudden now I got a 15, but that was just because I had to get I had to get an upgrade, and that was just the one thing I had to do.
No, and that's fine. What I recommend to people when they get upgrades, just get a secondhand upgrade. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful. It's wonderful, right? And I paid $100 for this like a while ago. So, that's what I usually do. I get a secondhand decent upgrade, good price, good quality, good condition, and then that way I'm avoiding slave labor, I'm avoiding the corporations, I'm not supporting Bill Gates, I'm not supporting anything. I don't even have a. This is in SOS mode right now, so I don't even have I don't have a chip in this cell phone. I've got a VPN, so they can't trace my location half the time. Even if they could, they know where I am. It doesn't matter. But I do my shit properly. Like I try to not live by society's rules. Essentially, I try to live indigenously because I am an indigenous decolonial advisor. So in the position that I was in, I had to learn indigenous law and I had to learn to work my way around crooked cops and administration and politicians to actually be able to map my way into indigenous realities. And it's so complex because I have no ID, no driver's license, no health card, no visa, no passport, no birth certificate, but I'm a homeowner and I'm a Canadian citizen. So they keep asking me to renew my papers, to redo this, to do that, to do this and that. They keep mapping out everything on my paperwork as if I have all my papers because they don't want to admit that I'm actually broken out of the system, partially at least. Nobody can ever fully do it. But, that's the thing. To me, I live in the future. I live in my future already because I'm mapped out that I'm going to be living on an island one day and I'll have a submarine and eventually I'll be on a spaceship. That's how I live. That's how I think. Because if I couldn't think about the future, I'd be bored trying to struggle in the present, trying to catch up to bills in the middle of a mass extinction that I'm paying to world bankers that I don't even want to give a single penny to, let alone let something profit in a bank account somewhere. I'm like, no. As soon as I get money in the bank account, I pull it out. I buy medicines, I buy art, I buy furniture, like antique furniture. I reinvest in land, I reinvest in real estate. I don't hold on to anything except for a little bit of crypto, and that's it. Literally, like the rest of it, I liquidate everything as soon as I get. I put it into assets. Rather, I turn my liquids into assets because I don't trust what they're doing with any of this shit on the planet right now. It's like completely insane. What they've done to us, what the world bankers have done, what the Queen of England used to do, like the fact that she even had a case at the Hague Tribunal for eating indigenous children in residential schools, and that's a real case at a world tribunal. That should give us some serious doubts about the nature. I think we all know, people in here, obviously, we all know the nature of how evil the queen was. But we live in that kind of a world. And then you look at, how is Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris even a choice? I feel like people should get shot for voting for Trump, but then I'm like, people would call me a fascist for that or something. They'd be like, yo, you're trying to remove people's freedom of expression. Like, that's freedom of oppression, not expression. So, that's ridiculous. But then who knows? Maybe Meta is going to censor us for saying that. The other day we did get censored. We got chops. We got connection problems. It chopped out. It ended early. Elder Beatmaster tried to come in to drop something. That got chopped out. So I'm really grateful. And Sheila, thank you so much for being here too. Thank you to both of you for being here. Like Paper Cut, same thing. Like I'm mad respect because realistically, your platforms are actually what's giving the voice to people to be out there and to speak poignant truths that are important, especially when we're doing it off the top. Nobody can censor a freestyle, but it's very complex because this is freestyle, this is off the top, but they can still choose that certain words could be construed as being, say, hate speech towards Trump supporters. But I'm like, that they're doing hate speech. So how do we not flip that back on them? To me, I'm like, you want to vote for Trump, make America great again? Yeah, go back to your country. You're an illegal immigrant to me. You know, as somebody that tells me those are illegal aliens, I'm like, no. The people that we consider to be illegal immigrants are actually landed residents on this, diasporically or not. And the people that, we all know this, you know, but the people out there, some people might not know this. So it's kind of ridiculous to think that we would live in a present where white supremacy and racism and torture and abuse and genocide and wars and depopulation and famine and drought and disease and natural disasters and unnatural ones are a thing. But we're not allowed to think about the future because we can't afford to actually even think about our own future. So I guess that's what I wanted to leave that on. If anyone wants to drop any other piece in there, please. And paper cut, please. If you want to drop anything, drop a piece, drop anything. Sheila, if you want to say anything, I would love to actually hear what you'd have to say on the subject. If you want to drop a poetry, a poem about that, or about anything in general, please.
It's
Yo,
like it's like for me right now, like he was saying that I did move forward with my life for real because like
Hey, what's up?
yo.
it's like it was like there was a moment in time where that I had to move forward because okay, there was a time I moved forward because I got real sick and then because I had epilepsy.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
You know,
So
ganja, you would
like
know marijuana is really good for you when you have that.
yeah, I know. And then like around like before that, I used to be around my homies. We'd smoke. We used to drink a lot. And then like what really fucked me up was that's all I was doing at that time. And then I had to quit. But then what made me realize was from the strength of God that it was sort of like him trying to tell me that I didn't need that to get by.
Hmm. No, you're right. You don't necessarily need anything. At the end of the day, our mind is so powerful we can cure everything ourselves. But it takes a really high level of dedication to get to that level. You know, it really does take a lot of discipline, a lot of training, a lot of practice, really good nutrition, good clean water. It takes a lot of different levels to actually be able to heal yourself entirely symbiotically and realistically. At the end of the day, there's always going to be something involved. There'll be plant medicine, there'll be food, good water, good like elixirs, something.
'Cause like a lot of people don't realize it, and I had to tell them. I make music for a living, but and I told them I can do this shit here. I don't need to be high to do it. And a
Mm.
lot of people they be like, "No, no, no, I gotta get high first." I'm
Huh.
like, you don't necessarily need to.
No, you don't. It's if you're just getting high to get high, that's a different story. If you're using the herb for healing, for medicine, for me, I have a prescription. I use that for CBD purposes. I use it to enhance my like spices in a sense, like incense, like spices. Peace to everyone, by the way.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. No, I understand that purpose of it, but
yeah, because
know,
it's a herb, it's a fruit, it's a flower, it's a spice, it's an incense, it's a panacea. It's made to cure 3,000 different diseases. But
yeah,
Sheila, please, I don't want to take the floor from you. You're the goddess in the room. I'm like, please, if you want to drop a piece, we would
Oh
love to hear.
yeah, let me just. I figured I'd come up, say hi, do my piece, and
yeah.
ride
Go
out.
ahead.
All
This my
right.
buddy right here.
Yeah. Okay. This one is called Chameleon. Let me know if my sound's okay when I put the phone down. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Indian style. All right. It used to seem so appealing, behaving as a chameleon, altering my ways instead of skin, careful not to offend, willing to break and bend just to blend in. Weighed heavy on my conscience like an eighth deadly sin, but you see, what I say and how I live must be genuine. To continue on fraudulently is dishonoring the God in me. The world's approval is no longer necessary. In fact, it never was. Social camouflage was meant for my protection. So concerned with others' perceptions, I failed to notice it was me increasing the dosage of lethal injections to my brain. Poisoned with doubt and shame, still did what I felt was wrong and then judged the way I behaved. Became something like a self-kept slave bound by chains of self-hate. Reached the self-examination point but refused to accept it. All along, it was me doing the rejecting. So now I choose to love myself unconditionally. Be pleased with my own tapestry, whether happy, mad, goofy, gracious, humble, outrageous. I'm not afraid to reveal what's well and what's ill. I believe that ultimately the revealing will bring about healing. My true colors don't need to be mass appealing, no need to mesh with every scene. Top priority, living honestly so that my true flock can spot me. No longer held captive, I choose to set myself free. From the chameleon act, I can just be me. Poem. Thank you.
Ooh, I love that. That was like a delectable masterpiece. It's like so wondrous and so like clear and crisp at the same time. You're not like, so there's enough wordplays in there to keep you going for like days of analysis and enough like quotables, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I'm used to doing pieces where I overwhelm people and I feel like I'm hyperventilating and I'm speaking way too quick, but you just did that flawlessly. Like the delivery, the way it flowed, the rhythm, everything was just like, even the way you were sitting on the camera, and like you're just like, it's like,
Thank you. Do you save your lives
I do.
on your page?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to come back and see how it looked from the outside because sometimes I don't look when I'm doing it, but that'd be cool to clip up so I can put some of my poetry out there. Because some people don't even know I do poetry because I just be on here just existing sometimes. But yeah, I'll have to focus more on.
Yeah, and I try to curate them really like pretty decently so that there's a lot of interesting ones in there. I try to, some of them are like 5-6 minutes. Sometimes it's only like
Yeah.
a couple of train of thoughts, freestyles, couple poems. Sometimes they're like 4 hours and there's 120 people that come through. So it's crazy. It's very unpredictable, but that's why I call it sentient synchronicities, because to me that's what it is. It's like it aligns and then you never know who's gonna drop in, but it ends up being very, very interesting. Like tonight, because you hopped in here, because Paper Cut hopped in here. All kinds of different people started hopping in.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. Thank you so much to people still hopping in. Queen Bee, everybody else that's in here right now. I'm back again. You know,
Yes.
so
Thank
much.
you. I'm sure you know Emma. Emma, you gonna do a poem? That's I'm back again. You met her before?
No, I don't think so. But please come up. Everybody who's in here, I'd love to. Please follow me. I'll follow you back. That's a promise. There's a lot of people hopping in. I don't know how to keep up with everyone, but like I want to add everyone. So please, if you follow me, I promise I'll follow back and I won't pretend. You know, I'm not gonna play that game.
Yeah, that's what's up. Glad to be here briefly at least. Say what's up. Yeah.
Likewise, yo, that piece was inspiring, to be honest. Like I got to work on myself more a lot too, and it's true. Even when Paper Cut was saying about smoking ganja, I'm like, yo, I know I don't want it to be a crutch, but I know I don't want to be an imbecile either, because they say if you don't take that crutch and you need it, then you're an imbecile not to take it. That's pretty simple. It's anti-ableist. But some
Oh
people
yeah.
must be oppositions, you know.
Aw, you're a mess, Emma Bimma. It's okay, baby. I love you. Right from there. She said I'm a mess. I don't want to count.
Oh, it's all good. You just want to do it. You just do it without the camera too, if you want, Goddess. But it's up to you.
She said I love her. That's my UK friend, honey, from the
Well,
UK.
It's amazing that we can do this all across the continents. Like we literally can have a live where everybody can do what they want. People can be in the comfort, the intimacy of their own home. Nobody needs to go out to go get drinks, to go drive, to go do whatever, and we can do this connection worldwide that would never be possible. And everyone's
Right.
like you know, at their own comfort whenever their pace is, which is like it's gorgeous. Okay, yo, I'm back again. Beautiful, Emma. Okay, she's coming up. That sounds gorgeous. That sounds wonderful.
Oh, she came through? Okay. Yeah, you really piqued my interest last time we talked about your land and the recording studios and stuff in Canada. I'm like, I gotta get my passport ASAP.
Oh,
I have to get out.
Hey,
please. Hey,
Is it real?
peace, goddess.
thank you
Hey.
for adding me. Thank you for adding me. I've just followed you. I've just followed you.
Hey,
But I was there since Sheila was in here, and I was about to go to bed because it's 11 o'clock over here. I was about to go to bed, and I was like, hang on, let's see what Sheila's doing. Let's see. And I'm grateful that I did.
Yes,
yeah,
finally. She was
you
in the
brought,
poet
you
room.
all brought this alive. Like now, it's like people are streaming in and out like crazy. I'm like, wow, this is almost a record.
It
There's more.
happens. It happens, and that's the thing. Is like you never know, and that's what I like about these lives. Is it takes one person to come in, and then other people that follow them come in, and then like because somebody else comes in, you get more, and it's nice because you get to make some connections that you didn't think were possible.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly. World class.
definitely.
Like the poetry on here is really amazing. I don't hear anyone that is doing like, coming halfway or something like that. It's really like,
Yeah, yeah, I ain't heard my stuff yet, so like let's not say anything. And
You know, you got them fire bars, Emma.
oh yeah. Yo,
You
so
got
please,
that heat in the pen, baby. Burning up the
okay, well,
voltage.
I'll do a piece if it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, of course.
I
I'm talking about just
don't
my
do
client.
titles. I don't do titles because I don't think there's any need for them. I don't really like titles, so I'll just jump straight in today. Like many days, I had a breakdown. Overload of emotions, not even sure what the fuck is on my mind. Felt good. Okay, then bam, like a slap to the face. All the good feelings just went away, evaporated, disappeared with no trace. All I feel is stress. Everything just feels wrong. Feels like I'm waiting for a disaster, but I don't know what I'm expecting. Just feel I'm under attack. From what? Who? I just have no clue. Then I realize it's me. I'm the thing I fear. It's my mind overreacting. I'm the abuser, and yet I'm the one been abused by my own fucking mind. Wish I could switch it off, just like I long for that ticking of that clock to stop. Unfortunately, I can't. My mind has control. It's spinning me so far out of focus. Nothing is real. But yet I feel it, so isn't it real? How can you stop you from attacking yourself, trapped in the darkest recess of my overthinking, heartless, twisted mind? I try to breathe, pull myself together, because yes, I'm strong. But how can either side of me win without truly destroying me? Can you ever really be free, living with the darkness that lays within?
Oh,
Oh,
Emma.
the delivery on that. Oh
Oh,
my
she be killing
goddess.
that
It
delivery. It be oh.
Thank
was
you.
like an electrified cage and this was MMA poetry. You would see the sparks flying.
Thank
Damn.
you.
It's my girl. That's my girl. You're my friend. Yes, me.
This
Yo.
was like a sight to behold, very quite literally. I mean, it was synesthesia. Like it was like beholding the sight of witnessing the lyrics.
I
Oh yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate that because I know my stuff's not for everybody. Um, because I do erotic poetry as well, so I'm like a mix. I do a mix of different things, and I get more known for my erotic stuff, and that sometimes annoys me a little bit because I'm like, hang on, like I didn't start doing that. I didn't start doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just like 10% of what I do. But yeah,
I feel
I'm not for everybody.
because I'm known for my romantic and my, I wouldn't say quite erotic, but it gets erotic sometimes. I'm known for my romantic poetry, but I also didn't start with that. And a lot of people keep telling me, please, stop being so raw and talking about difficult subjects. Like, just go back, make some romantic
Yeah,
mythology poetry. I'm like, I can't always be in that mode. Like I feel that.
It just annoys me because like a lot of my stuff when I started was dark because I was in a dark place. Do you know what I mean? So I wrote down my feelings, and then obviously I got to doing it because I mean I've only been doing it for like just coming around 5 years now, and obviously I heard other people and I was like, okay, like I like what they're doing. Let's see, could I do that? Could I not? You know, I was a bit nervous about it and then found out had a bit of a knack. I think one piece that gets people twisted all the time is my Venom piece, and I'm not sure why, because it's not even that bad. But people seem to get a little bit twisted up by that, and I'm like, okay.
Yo, by the way, mad respect to everyone in here, but Mahogany Speaks Poetry just came in too, and I'm like, yo, please come up, Queen, if you want to, because that would be amazing. Paper Cut, if you don't mind, I'll just ask you to come down just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
I'll drop down. Do you know what I mean? But it's a pleasure meeting
I don't
you.
even know if she wants to hop in. It's up to her, you know. But like, I'm like, yo, I've just been following some of her pieces lately since like about a week ago, and I'm like, whoa, there's so many poets here that I'm like, I'm mind blown. If it wasn't for spoken word poetry and slam poetry and people like all of you, I would not know how to be a better rapper. I'm
I
not a
mean,
good artist without slam poetry.
that's the thing is, you know, like I know my pieces, they're not good written. It's about how I perform them.
Yeah,
Like, you know, so that's why like I'll share my pieces, I write the stuff down, but I understand it's not very good until you put like the voice behind it. It's how I pronounce certain words, it's the breathing, it's the, you know, that's what makes it the piece. That's why I've not put a book out because it just wouldn't work. Just wouldn't work.
I agree. I agree entirely. If that's cool, actually, I'd like to drop a quick piece on
My
paper.
thing is, I can do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to drop a piece, please, because you've been waiting for a while. If you want to do a piece, we wanna hear that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you because you can. The thing is, I can do it because, well, anyway, I'm gonna just do the piece anyway.
Word.
All right. There were times a lot of folk don't understand the plan. They think they coming through thinking they are man to man. I can do things that none of y'all will understand because I will pick up their faces and slam them to the ground and they will never to see the light again. So you really trying to impress me. Youngest can't even come in the room and address me because I'm going to do the things that none of y'all will ever see, and y'all will never come in here and undress me. Cause you know what? I'm the best MC. Half of y'all out there can't even come in here and test me. Cause you know what? I see what it is with a group stain. Half of y'all out there talking about all these what these dudes lame. I'm gonna do out here where half of y'all couldn't even shoot things. Cause you know what? I got a bunch of dudes in my I got a bunch of dudes, they in mine, and they all called the Wu-Tang. But what you really about to do with all of them? You couldn't even do things. Cause they out here and they really out here ready to kill some things. Hold up. You really want to talk about how y'all hate bars left? I know dudes that got a bunch of 8 bars left. And half of them is cooking in the kitchen. Like Raekwon the chef. But what you really planning to do with the rest of y'all goons? None of y'all was in there making no rooms. You still talking about the groupie, man. You still talking about how you gonna shoot 'em, man. But what was you doing? You couldn't even do it, man. I know the dudes that made the powder like Gucci, man. You still couldn't talk about all that stupid stuff. You still thinking you the one that's out there ain't doing much. You still talk about how your dupes blamming, but half of y'all kids, y'all just still over there looking crazy, shooting Nick's cannon. I still don't like none of that. I wasn't even a fan of that. I don't know why y'all out there on the internet still talking all that stuff, but y'all be blamming. I'm still not in it for the Diddy case. Want y'all to understand, I'm sick of all of that you say. All I care about is my real life. Want y'all to understand, I've done it every day and every night. My job was to jump in the scene, cause they couldn't get past me. I spent most of my years battle rapping like Cassidy. 'Cause that's what I had to do to earn my stripes. Half of these MCs couldn't even do that right. I got two sisters. I'm standing on the limelight. And you know what? I know they mind is bright. 'Cause you know what? Both of them are beautiful and they can do anything they can do. 'Cause they gonna tell these brothers out here, man, you need to back off. Don't come near me too. Because you're not my type. I don't want none of your jibber jabber. And they don't want nothing to do with you. And they not gonna have nothing with them after. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, they not hot like Starbucks. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this the end of the piece and they don't want none of they bucks.
Yo, you took us on a journey through the hood with that one, man. That was like throughout the hip hop history and everything. It is not. I could see you freestyle bits and pieces in there too, right? Or that was off the top, straight up.
Because I did. And the thing I was trying to express to you was you can do it. Because I started out battle rapping.
Oh yeah, for real. I feel you, man. I started in '92, so I've been doing it for a while. But if you don't mind, Brethren, thank you so much for
No,
this. I'm gonna have.
I'll drop down, but I want to say that was fire. I really enjoyed that piece. It won't let me to follow you. Like, I'm tapping the screen. I've followed the host. Obviously, I follow Sheila. I've tried to follow you, but there's nothing there against your name. But that was fire. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna go because I need to go to bed because it's 10 past 11. I gotta be up at
Oh,
5:20.
no problem about it.
oh, good
So
night,
it's
Ems.
a
I
pleasure.
love you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, no,
And
I follow
Sheila's
you, so
always been
like,
my friend.
I'll have a, I'll obviously like try and hop in next time you do a live, you know. But yeah, it was good to meet you and thank you for giving me some space.
Oh, yo. Anytime. The goddess to me is always number one on the floor. She has to be. So anytime you need that, tell me. And honestly, I do a lot more too. We do a lot more stuff. I manage a record label. I have a nonprofit Airbnb space, like I was saying to Sheila. So I was trying to explain to everyone, I have space enough to host like 10,000 poets if I wanted to in a whole festival. So I get bored. I sit around doing these lives because I'm like, I live a perfect life off grid.
Mhm.
I live on like 500 acres to my name, 4 different houses. I just travel around and have fun and share medicines and stories with people because I don't know what else to do. But most of the time, I live in the mountains in the middle of nowhere and I just make music.
But that sounds fire. That's the type of life I want to live. But unfortunately, I'm stuck in the UK. And yeah, but you know, as I say though, it's a pleasure to meet you. I've loved this vibe, you know, this live. Everybody's been fire. I'm probably going to stick around in the comments till I fall asleep, but I might not be saying anything just because I am trying to switch off.
No problem. Thank you so much, Goddess. And my apologies, Mahogany. We'll get you right up here in 2 seconds.
All right, much love. Bye.
Peace and beautiful victory.
Much
When I
love.
say medicines, I mean like ganja.
Yes, and I love y'all. I'm gonna drop two, I think, in a second. But yes, I was great being up here with you guys.
Yo,
I might stick around to listen to
brought this. You
one
brought
more piece.
you literally made this possible. Like literally, this is what started everything with you. So thank you so much. You and Paper Cup, I'm like, yo, that was beautiful. Thank you for making this live alive.
Yes,
And Mahal,
yes, no problem.
so much for being here.
Yes.
Of course. Blessings to you and to everyone. Thank you so much for even inviting me up as soon as I got here. I enjoy hearing the pieces that I did hear. I can't believe I'm late. I'm going to make sure that I come in early to the next one so I can see.
Oh, no, no problem. I feel what it's like. Everybody, I'm doing lives all day long. So if you ever see me online, please hop on anytime. It's always like, I feel like you, Just Star, like a couple other V Dot Sykes, like Queen Liberati, like Sheila. I'm like, there's people that I'm like, they're instant fam. I'm like, we're like, I hear the poems and I'm like, I want to hear more of this.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm happy to share. I'm the goddess Anahata, also recognized as Mahogany Speaks Poetry, and Mahogany is my given name. That's my birth name I love so much, and my chosen name is the goddess Anahata. Before I get started, I have to share that I have a book out, and so some of the pieces, I'm going to read two pieces. They're fairly short ones. They're from my first book, and I'm so excited to share them with you. This book is a 99-piece collection of all love poems from my experiences and journey through love, and I'm grateful, very grateful to be able to share them with you and just share the word of love in any way I can.
We're super grateful to have you here too. Like it's an absolute honor. So mute up, please, everyone, and let's do this.
Okay. This first piece is Loved by a Lunatic. Just one hug, and my clothes smell like you. I couldn't get you out of my mind even if I tried, because you're already on my skin, darling. Every time you're not around, you're still here. I love you so bad that I'm addicted. The soothing pain of a first tattoo hurts so good. You can never have just one. I love you so vividly that I see you in my dreams even when I'm awake. What's it gonna take for you to understand a love and innocence so heaven sent? But I repent, and I just love you so true that I would move the earth for you and repaint the grass until it's purple and blue. So maybe I do love you too much. Because it hurts and such when you use previous mistrust to put my affection on a crutch and misuse it. To you I will cater, sweet now and later, to be the fix of the left twixt one bite and all the wrong turns right. Nothing you could do could ever break or mistake this burning passion that I have to be loved by all your flaws. Without man there is no woman. You're the wow in power. I'm the she to your shine. It starts and ends with me in you, giving me your heart and showing you mine. So maybe I do love you just too much. Because I just want to cry all your lost tears and take all your worst fears and be your little hurricane so that you can be happy again. What else do you need to see? Let me drop down to my knees because I love you. I am yours, and you are the one for me. Ashe.
Ooh.
Oh, that was sweet with it.
Oh, thank you.
Very romantic. I love it.
Yeah, your phonetic flow is just like it's like drizzling like honey and like nectar is mixed like it's like watching ambrosia pour, you know?
Oh, thank you. Ashe, ashe. Gratitude. Okay.
So you said second piece too, right?
Yes, one more. And
Amazing.
thank you. This one is called When in Rome. This is from an experience I had about last year. I met a person, and you share just that one night, that one moment with somebody, and it's just such a beautiful experience. And then y'all never talk again. It was crazy. But this is that one, and it was wonderful.
Okay. So I'm just adding up one more person. Let's just mute up. As soon as you hear this, please hop up and mute up.
It's called When in Rome. And then he grinned and asked me this: Who are you?
Peace.
Can you mute your mic, please?
My bad.
Thank you. And then he grinned and asked me this: Who are you? As if a genie granted him a wish he forgot to ask. With no words, my aura touched his to respond. The mystery and answer. Soil that grows from the fruit. Fire to keep your soul warm. The one and only. A binaural hemisync of simplicity where love and logic live lucidly. Where did you come from? He inquired, waiting for it to be less real. So my eyes said this: the wind and the sea, sent from ancient willow trees, here to help you make all your dreams come true. In our final embrace, desire danced on my fingertips, where the sweetest kiss almost lived. Tension grew in the longing for submission to his lips, my calmness draped in silk. Flow frolicked freely between us two. That's when he knew. Ashe.
Ooh. They're like those pieces. I can't even say they're like short and sweet because it's so such an understatement at the same time. But they
Right.
flow. I'm like, yo, like the way it just hits you, but it's so gentle at the same time. It makes me rethink about that Bob Marley. When it hits, it feels you feel no pain, but that's another understatement because it's the exact opposite. Like all kinds of emotional spectrums.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful. Your words, they're empowering, they're beautiful, and they're recharging and energizing to my craft and what I do. And how I'm able to make people feel when they listen. So thank you all for listening.
Thank you, because that's what you do with yours. I'm just it's a pale reflection, if anything. And I would say try to inspire myself to do a piece right now to actually do something different, because I have to say I've been misinterpreted many times. A lot of people think I'm a player or a playboy, but I'm like, no, thank you. That's not my style. It's just because I respect the goddess so much that I look at different aspects of her manifestations in the infinite fractal spectrum of all the different hues and aspects of who she is emotionally, psychically, astrally, spectrally, causally, subtly, physically, shamanically. I'm like, yo, how can I not love the goddess in all her forms, but I don't actually want to be with many at the same time? That makes no kind of sense. Why would I want to be a polygamist? Like, no, thank you. That's another cult thing. I'm like, I'm just doing this off the top for a second, but I'm trying to honor the goddess every moment of my existence. I'm saying if my soul wasn't part of Shakti, I couldn't express myself the way I do. I wouldn't be a matriarchal warrior. I wouldn't have been raised by a feminist mom. I wouldn't have had a father who abandoned me and taught me that sometimes men can be really deceitful and lost. And I don't want to be one of those. I was like, no, I'm going to be different. I'm not going to be like my father. I won't be like my grandfather. I won't be like any patriarchal men in my lineage. I'm the exact opposite of that. I'm here to end what I wanted to do in this industry is the exact same as what Pac did. One nation. I want all of us to actually reveal those puff daddies and all the frauds that have been there since the 90s that have been doing all this shit behind closed doors in Hollywood. And people talk about it so much, it's like we don't even talk about the real issues and how that's just one scapegoat that deserves his fate, no question. But at the same time, why are they not picking on everyone else that was involved in all that shit? It's like Puffy's the only target, and then all of a sudden everybody else is a witness. I'm like, no, thank you. Those are all criminals. I know I'm repeating myself sometimes, but I'm like, yo, goddess, listening to your poems, all of you, literally, it's such a refreshing interlude compared to the rest of this horrible history of repetitive nonsense and glittering gimmicks, illiterate non-existence. Essentially, when you think of it, it's like it doesn't exist. It shouldn't be worshipped. It's like those white supremacist gods they pray to in their whitewashed Bibles with John and Mark and Luke. I'm like, where did you ever see those names in the Middle East? They don't exist. Neither does Jesus. It's Yeshua ben Miriam and Maria Magdalena. But these people, they don't even get it sometimes. I'm like, yo, why would we have to fix racist and rapist? There's just one bar in the middle that's missing. And we should have castrated those ones long ago, honestly. I feel like the goddess should be in charge of everything. And if that was the case, we'd have a lot less problems in this world. It wouldn't be his story anymore. That would be history. It'd be hers and theirs. And we're missing that. So thank you so much. And it's kind of redundant for me in a male body appearing as such to actually be speaking such words when you're doing it so much more beautifully than I am. But I just wanted to pay homage regardless. And this is just a freestyle. So forgive me. Thank you.
Gratitude. That was powerful. Most definitely.
Definitely.
And so somebody here take a piece, good. Give me something to feel, and thank you for your time.
Mm.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Dude, all of you, this was beautiful. It like turned into like it was such a whirlwind of like all kinds of beautiful experiences so quickly. I was expecting to sit there for 5 minutes and just ramble to myself, and it turned into like this gorgeous phone call from across the continents, which is like an open mic, you know. So it's like, yo, thank you so much. Anyone, Sheila, do you want to do another piece? Mahogany, you want?
Yeah, I'll do another piece and then I'll hop down. But yeah, I'll do the piece I was doing the other time we were on live together. I think I had to scurry off because somebody was coming to get me.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll do that.
Beautiful.
Let me do it. Okay, I'll sit down. All right. I did not know my true value or the value of others on a deep level. The deceit made life seem unbearable, my self-esteem terrible. Terribly confused. Never got the news that I don't deserve mental abuse, and neither do you. We are wonderful as created. Our life experiences may have had this truth tainted, but I don't deserve mental abuse, and neither do you. But still, we give and take it. A vicious cycle, and I aim to help break it. I search deep internally and express truth when I speak. To keep lying is weak. If a house is broken down, deal with the foundation underneath instead of just judging what you see. See, each deed is bloom fruit from an initial seed. That seed that was planted previously grew from roots subconsciously, allowed to breathe mentally, reinforced verbally. Lies disguised by self as truth and reality are nonsense. Seeds thriving and surviving in a garden we can't physically see. Yet spiritually we know it exists indeed, like when what we like to do makes us feel guilty. Where did we learn to see aspects of our nature as filthy? We need to sweep up the real dirt, the dirt of poison thoughts that cause hurt. But instead of cleansing, we reuse these filthy rags, those internal nags that tell you everything that's wrong with you. The same ones that cause tension when brought to our attention. The sad song we keep playing in our hearts, but we can't stand to hear the lyrics be mentioned, so filled with good intention. But sometimes our actions and our true feelings, they come into collision. It's those things we don't like mentioned, we need to shine a light on so we don't continue to relive them. I see this negativity manifested daily. The person that's so conscious and aware, yet they're told that they're crazy. So now they hide their observations in fear of sounding hasty. We need to stop the flight of negativity, switch terminals, fly a different plane. We'll never get better if our thinking remains the same. Listen attentively to the conversations in your brain. What does your conscience always say? Do you hear a harsh critic or a bestower of praise? Do you call yourself kind or unkind names? Do you rightfully take responsibility or do you wrongfully give or take blame? I encourage us to give a voice to the little boy or girl inside of us that just wants to be heard. The one who was told to be quiet and that their ideas were absurd. The one who wanted to defend themselves but they didn't utter a word. The one that was told they were worthless when they were more precious than a pearl. See, the way we feel about ourselves can be based on opinions from the world. Reevaluate what you've heard. Dusty old records need to be burned. If it isn't a reflection of love and life, it needs to go out with a dash. Out as fast as funky trash. We all have infinite beauty and value, and don't hold on to waves that don't match. And please stop beating yourself up for your past and quit longing for demise relationships. There's a reason that it didn't last. If it was meant to be, you get it back. But go ahead and just subtract from anything that retracts from those given facts. Stop, throw it back like a fish you're not trying to catch. Don't eat, think of hate as rotten meat. The things we intake and feed each other need to be carefully screened. Satisfying, healthy mental meals are all we need to eat and feed one another. Be careful of the dishes we serve each other. We have the ability to plant seeds with our words, so take the time to heal and face what makes you feel insecure, and in all things know your worth, and just consider this truth. Not one of us deserves to be abused. We don't deserve.
Oh, that hit me so personally in such a beautiful way, though, because I was that kid at school that you talked about. And I'm like, I need to write a poem about that. I'll have to send you a link one of these days when I make a song, because I have to write a song about that.
About being bullied or feeling
Yeah,
like you couldn't speak up or that you were
how I
crazy?
Dirty Dozens. That's how I started rapping, is being bullied in the schoolyard, being the number one reject at school, and having to answer back to everyone.
Yeah, I was the one that would get picked on, and then I wouldn't say nothing on the spot, and then I'd think of all these comebacks later. I'd be like, man, I wish I would have said XYZ, and then it's already past the moment. So I never was great at the Dirty Dozens, but I definitely see how people develop them.
I had to. I was the same thing in the beginning. I just fucking the first time I think I just cried and I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" And then I had to learn to toughen myself up and I had to learn to answer back everything I was thinking in my mind to everybody that was there. So I just ended up wearing my heart on my sleeve, telling everybody everything I was thinking.
It's powerful because it's like no one can have anything on you because you done already said everything. That's why I'd be like, what are you going to say? I already told y'all everything. Like, all the stuff that would be considered deep and dark, I probably already aired it out. So it is
Exactly.
very freeing for sure. Yes.
Anahata, did you want to do another piece?
Sure. I have one more. Okay. This one is called photosynthesis. Through a phototropic lens, I am whole, bending, dancing, gyrating, and prancing with nature's foliage. A human plant, Earth's Tai Chi, where I've learned to bend me to follow the light. Let not the winter to reverse the progress and form my circadian rhythm into a state of photoperiodism, since the days have grown petite. Subservient to the tutelage of cyclic kinetics, I am a student. Yo aprendo vivir. I want to live. The soul needs el sol, but right now the winter solstice has frozen my moving particles into a state of bitter hibernation. Este bueno. It's okay. Conserve and converse with the best and the worst parts of my light and my shadows, calm streams and deep gallows. All this a reflection, growing deeper in darkness. A cornucopia of nutrients lay present, awaiting roots for consumption. And when it's time to dance again, I'll be full, leaning to the light, sensation of the sun. Ashe. That,
Ooh, the visuals and vocab in there.
that short piece I wrote at a time during the winter solstice. It was shortly after the winter solstice of last year, and I just felt like nothing was moving, like everything was stagnant in my life and in my heart. But then I had to remember the way that nature works with me. And while I'm still growing towards the light, this is the time for me to hibernate and to recharge and to allow the universe to speak to me the way it's needed, not the way I want to. So this piece was very necessary for me to remember to move with the seasons, to move with nature, and to move with the universe, even when I feel like I want to reject it from the ego standpoint, to take the ego out of it and to just bend with the light and let nature do its thing.
You know, it felt like that. It felt like this wondrous, magical, secret garden of like ancient alien flora that just blossomed in words somehow. Oh, yo, Elder Beatmaster is in the room. Yo.
Oh,
Oh,
that's my God. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much, Goddess. And yours was too. It resonated deeply on the case of it's amazing how we've all had the same experience. How are all of the outcasts ending up on the same live in the same virtual room together?
All
Because
of the
that was a very
outcasts.
similar experience of mine. And I took the route of attempting to assimilate, not losing myself internally, but assimilating by being a chameleon on the external so I could maneuver easier and it wouldn't be as difficult for me. But it still ain't work because you can always see an aura, you can always see a light, you can always still see the person, the black sheep in the room, no matter if I put on the white sheep's jacket. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone always still knew. And I said, no, 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 I'm one of you guys. They said, no, you're lying. It's okay. You got to get out. I'm like, okay. And then I still understood what God wanted me to do, what the universe wanted me to do, and embraced being that black sheep because I can see clearly where they can't.
Amen. That's
Mm-hmm.
real.
that
You
was
cannot
so
hide.
worded as usual.
Well, thank you. I look forward to hearing this next poet, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. And I have a few things I
Hey,
gotta complete. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing, and I
hold,
appreciate your
Uh,
ears.
hey, hold up, hold up, hold up,
Yes.
hold up, hold up, hold up. Can you? Who that? What, you, okay,
I'm Mahogany Speaks
you
Poetry.
know what? That was you, Sheila.
Mm.
Hey,
yeah,
bud.
That was you just
yeah.
speaking. All
Yeah,
right,
Mahal,
never mind.
you don't know Elder
I thought it
Beatmaster.
was somebody else. You know what? You. Hey, yo. I'm telling you, bro. Secret weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it. How do you say? Do y'all know who the fool was?
I'm
Huh? No, the fool. I'm talking about outside of him being the first card on the tarot card
the,
before the emperor and the emperor, right? It just in some history stories, it tell you that the fool was the most wisest advisor to the king. He just played the fool. I love you, Sheila. That's my
I love
family
you
right there.
too. My babe.
yo, do you want to drop a piece, Elder?
What's
You want
up?
to drop a piece?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Nice. Because the last time, you know what happened? They keep censoring you every time he comes on. They censored him twice. We had a 4 hour live and he was doing mad pieces. They censored him. They blocked me and said they removed the content.
Yeah, but bro, but sometimes you bring in that energy of what you go through for some of the stuff that you say. And listen, I do the same pieces on some. I mean, I do the same energy. Is when I start talking and the dialogue of what we bring to the table sometimes is what gets cut. Is not the
You're
pieces
right.
itself. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
You know, and do want to say something to you, bro. I mean, like, you a rebel at heart. You know what I'm saying? But like, I am too. But you got the boundaries of the system, the matrix that we play in on this little box or Instagram or any other site that you go on. Once they set the parameters, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about seeing how many times or how many times you can get kicked off or whatever. You know what's going to happen. So you just got to critique it for it to a certain extent to exist and go push the limits.
Yeah.
And once you know the limits, you go there. You know, sometimes it might slip. Sometimes they catch it or they don't. But don't be walking fearlessly and then be like, at the same time, like throwing like that's what they want to do. And, I mean, forget that shit. It's a day, a new day,
Yeah.
right?
Straight.
Guess what? Last night, hey, who else was
Oh,
in here? Oh, keep it real. All right.
Mahogany, but then I got another brethren hopping up. And I got someone else that wanted to be in here too from earlier. Let me see if they're still here.
Yo, bro, you can hear me all right?
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Beautiful. Let me see if I
Elder,
can get my. I'll turn on my Bluetooth.
he's a living legend of hip hop. Bigger to me, he's more of a living legend than KRS is. He's more of a living. I don't want to boost his ego, but to me,
No, see, stop, bro. Listen, my brother, I love you. If you hip hop, we're not doing comparisons. We don't make statements.
You're
like
right.
that.
You're right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's nothing about being more nothing. KRS is what I am because of KRS. You understand what I'm saying? That's respect.
That's how I'll put it. I respect you as much as the greatest OGs because you are.
But I'm saying we're distinct and we're different. I'm a hip hop restorator. All right, and that's what I'm not a teacher, a imam, a prophet, a pope, a priest, or whatever. I'm gonna make my own thing. I'm a hip hop restorator. Okay, that's the classification. And my talent or my MC skill is I'm a hip hop verbal compositionist. Play with it? Oh, you should be doing please. Okay, what? I'm about to phone you. Right on up, we're gonna phone you. Right on up, phone you. Right on up, we're gonna phone you. Right on up. Funk you, funk you, funk you, funk you, funk you. Ooh, ooh. I don't remember this whole piece, but I'm gonna go as far as I can go because I don't even remember what made me even pull this out. I'm coming from the old school with an alternate old school style. Hey, what I said? I'm coming from the old school with an with an alternate old school style. I don't want no trouble, young papa. Hold up, fall back for a minute. Go and get your weight up while I hold the fort down for a little while. Many despise fiends because they smoke crack. What? Yeah, was you smoke what? Smoke crack. Well, I despise a lot of wannabe MCs where they lay garbage on the track. This is while I'm hot because I'm actually saying something that's brain stimulating. Camp Hill showed me that the gunslingers are nobodies without their guns. Now, you can't even pay me to listen to them. I'm about to get it cracking, clicking and clacking the pedestrians with the ratchet. Two gun salutes with my heart and mind. Hit us in the mask on you bastards. Studio gangster rappers, you plastic water gun blasters. I'm beat master. You know, the statesman of hip hop culture. Who personally knows real killers? These cats ain't running the duck and shooting out of car windows, hitting as the victims of completely missing the targets. It's up close and personal with the snub nose. Hello, here, hold a couple of shells of this hot melon and I'll meet you in hell. You know what this is for? Pop goes the weasel. I got plenty of ammunition to keep my mind coming with wisdom and knowledge. My tongue is fire. I'm gangster booty. I'm gangster with it. I'm a gangster with a lyrical gun. I'll shit on anyone, even the government, when I spit it. My peoples needs uplifting. I'm tired of hearing the same old bullshit. But guess what? This is where I gotta step off because the rest of this shit is forgotten. But you don't know what? It don't make no difference because I'm gonna tell you about my experiences for my last let's say 24 hours. Guess what? Guess what? I got my bike stolen. I lost my JBL speaker too. But am I sad and fucked up about that shit? Fuck no. karma gotta come back. You know, all that robbing and stealing and burglary shit I did back in the day. So I'm gonna cry about some shit now that gotta happen when I played and let the shit there. Cause I'm running around hip hopping all over the goddamn place, Halloween, they all types of you. What? So I got too comfortable. And then, you know, it is. So my fault. All right, guess what? I got a new bike. But because what? Soon I lost that shit. Now I got to get a new speaker. But before I came back and just whatever, got one of us support me. Got me in the car, the bike right on the street, whatever, you know. But it's all my story, and I'm just playing with it. What freestyle? Well, I mean, I don't know what type of freestyle y'all got. I mean, I'm just freestyling, but for freestyling in my style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Oh, you're killing it too, man. You do that old school, like Rozelle style, like Godfather style, you know? Like you do that, like you mix and match all the elements. You got the knowledge, the primordial elements in there. You're doing the b-boy stance at the same time because you're live and direct. You're doing that shit live. You're doing the beatbox with it. You're DJing with your voice. You're scratching with your voice. You're doing the MC. You got everything covered, literally. And you even got the graffiti in there because you got the ebonics and the slang. You're spitting that verbally and oral, but you can see that shit. You know what I mean? If you were writing, that'd be in graffiti. That'd be old school, like probably wild style.
Putting me on to some shit I
Okay.
never would have heard. My gosh. I never would have even in my life come close to any type of that beat because I'm 22, right? So it's just like this stuff is like 100% like out of my realm. Like no one that I know knows this. It's so underground, right? So the fact that I get blessed with this and like the deepness of the lyrics too, right? If you analyze it, we could just go for hours.
Yo,
You know,
for
brother?
let me do a piece quick, cause yo, I gotta be reflective for a second. Let me spark some ganja. This is Northern Lights. That's the name of my daughter, Aurora Borealis. But I'm not sparking her, I promise. This is an honor. This is a homage to Inuits, to all the mestizo pueblos de las forestas, de lluvia, de nieve, from all across the continents and the diasporas. I gotta take a smoke break for a second. Give me a bit, cause yo, herb is the healing of the nation. You know, this is life. You know what it is. You see that cherry blossoming and you're like, yo, that's the flora de vida. That's the overlapping of the Sri Yantra and the flower of life that's blossoming from the seed and the cell mitosis from 108. That's the divine Shiva and Shakti. That's all the elements combined together. You got that, elder. You know what it is. Yo, you go straight from the knowledge from the beginning, primordial wisdom and the hydrogen and the melanation that's within you. That's 720 degrees for the seen and the unseen, like Oseko 4 said it back in the days. But yo, I got to give credit to everybody from the ancient times, from Kush and Nubia and Kemet to those beings from the 8 root races and beyond this, from before that to the Polarian to all the prophecies and the oracles. I am a professor. I'm not a teacher, like you said it. I don't have the melanation within my skin to do that, but I got the wisdom to actually be able to profess into the future because I know the better tomorrows are coming for all of us, for the youth especially, because the youth are dwelling in the house of tomorrow and the present is an illusion. The Buddhists were wrong. The Rastas were right about the whole thing because that's why they chill and they smoke and they go, yo, we got to let them kill themselves. If they're going to do that and destroy themselves with the whole world, then let them go up in flames. Watch Babylon burn them, Nayabingi, fire burn them. You know what it is.
Mic check. All right. Whatever person. Who is in here?
Yo, that's Esse. That's a brethren of mine. He's a Hebraic brethren of mine from the Middle East.
Yes, the youth. He the youth. He represent the future. Super, what they call highly sophisticated, supernatural, technological being. You know what I'm saying? That's like what the Quicksilver is. We Terminators. That motherfucker Quicksilver and shit. Come on, man, get up
He
here.
is. Yeah,
I'm here to listen, bro. My freestyle skills are I'm still developing, but I can spit a little. I'll talk a little bit on
All right.
something that's very
Listen,
verboten.
hold on. Hold on. Let me say this. A lot of people were understand this. Freestyling and coming off the dome is two different things, bro.
see, I do both.
You understand?
I come off the dome.
And
When I'm saying off the dome, I'm off the dome. Like I'm doing this live right now. I didn't think about any of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm more so off the dome because I know a lot of underground shit, and that's why they always shadow ban whenever I come on because I talk about real shit. Like people need to hear this shit. Like like I understand, like you can give Israel all the shit you want in the world for the genocide, but I'm about to spit about a real genocide that's going on that very few people know about. If you know, if you really vibe with the brothers in the East, you gotta really get with what's going in the heat. You gotta know about Kurdistan. My brothers are suffering in the heat and tan. They got all the stuff. They're in the mountains, the Zagros Mountains to be exact. But if you fuck it up, oh man, they're coming for you, and they're coming real fast. These guys are crazy. They got their stuff straight. They know who they are, and they have their totems right on point to the sun, all on fate. And they are absolutely legends. They've gone from absolutely honoring their past, honoring their ancestors, to being absolutely destroyed by colonizers and demonizations. So if you look into what's going on, you're going to look for yourself. You're going to see with your own eyes, and you're going to discover for your your inner self what's really popping off. I want everyone to do their own research. I don't want to have to be educating. I'm a synthesizer. I teach, right? And I kind of stopped that piece because I knew the flow was going, and then it just stopped. You know, it
No,
just comes and
cool.
goes.
It's cool because thank you for bringing light to that situation. A lot of people aren't talking about what's going on, like all across the Middle East, to the Near East, to the Far East, to
It's
like what's happening
terrible, bro.
across the globe. There's genocides going on, unfolding everywhere, and we should really be aware. I'm tired of people only saying, "Oh, did you hear about what's going on in one place?" because it's on the media, but
Yeah,
nobody talks about what's going on in the
exactly,
rest of the world. You know. So I feel you on that.
exactly, bro.
Bro,
I feel for them because
bro.
it's like my family comes seriously from Syria, Lebanon,
Yeah.
right? So I like 7 countries destabilized in 12 years, 15 years. And they're all my homeland, they're all my home race, they're all my home, like, just because I'm Hebraic doesn't mean that I don't feel empathy for them. On the contrary, I would take them in a split second. It's just they're not conducive to being able to be willing to work in society. They've been political prisoners for so long, they don't know how to be anything else.
Some of them.
Hey,
That depends.
can I say something here? We all due respect, right? And this is where I guess maybe I'm at ease or whatnot. And I can't what's the word for it? I empathize, but like to a certain extent because I'm not from there. I mean, I only know America and whatever. But like it was certain when you grow over the years, you look at the forest fires, the tornadoes, the hurricanes, the wars, to just and just look at the globe and give what the media give you. Guess what they don't give you? All the other shit they don't give you that's going on. I'm not sure. I mean, like we can all be Superman and we'll pick our fight or whatever. But like I said, now the energy, like the politics, the election, like I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? I want. If I had to vote, I'm a Trump fan, and I would vote for Trump. But guess what?
What?
I
What the
want
fuck?
Kamala. Hold
Gonna
on.
vote
I want
for Trump?
Kamala.
What do you mean
I
vote
want
for Trump
Kamala.
as an African?
Hold on.
Imagine you would
Hear
vote for
me
that piece of shit.
out, bro. Listen me out, bro. Let me finish my piece here. When I'm my point here, right? Okay. I said I'm not into politics, right? But if I had to vote, if I was a voter, I'm going Trump, right?
Why
But I
would you
want
vote Trump
I here
over?
stop that right now. Stop. Let me finish this, bro. Let me be elder right now. I want Kamala Harris to win because she will fuck America up like it's
And
never been,
you think Trump
and it's
wouldn't do
over
that?
with,
Like Trump
and
said
it's over
he would grab his
with.
own
No,
daughter and fuck her. That guy's sick in the head. How the fuck could you vote?
okay, well, listen to me, though, bro. Listen to me. I'm not into politics. I'm just saying, listen, when I watch shit and I feed shit, Kamala Harris, she works in a puppet. He had 4 years already in office. I mean, if you look at what Obama did when he came, I mean, bro, I mean, I just like, I don't want to get up into no politics or whatever, but like, I like the dynamics of the man. He's not a politician. They all trained. All of them is
Well,
lawyers. They're
I gotta tell
professional
you,
liars.
Regin's
And he did,
story.
he,
I'm
he
gonna
tell
have
you
to
his shit
censor
right in his
because
face.
I can't
He
have
shoots straight from the hip.
supporters in my
Donald
circle.
Trump was what he was before he got what they call the
Regin, you're
Republican
lost.
nomination before he became president the first time. He showed all the symbols and signs then. So I
Nah,
mean, like
man, the
what? I
is
mean,
the
like
race
I
gonna
said, I
win,
don't give a fuck about
bro.
America, so it don't matter